Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Well, it is vital to the future of you all, but it's very important, though, that you listen to it. If you don't, you won't get the vital bits. Oh, the camera's very blurry. One second, let me see if I can clean that up. Okay, this is why one of the useful things about being religious Jewish, you wear this like skull cap, this called the yarmulke. Yeah, and you can use it all kinds of things. I'm using it right now to clean the camera. Look at that. How'd that work out? That actually worked out pretty good. Often use them as oven mitts as well. Now, if you have a different type of keyboard, here, I'll give you a bit of background. So this is the ultra orthodox skull cap, right? Because it's black velvet with a bit of a trim, right? So and 2 layered. It's got cloth inside, black velvet outside. Now, the other probably more popular one is the crocheted ones. Now those ones you need a little clip to hold them in, and those clips, they make clips that have all kinds of things on them, like screwdrivers, so everything built into it, because people use those clips for freaking everything. That's basically, that's what you do. So anyway, hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you're all doing very well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending where you are in this wonderful world of ours. Oh dear, I just had a rabbi friend was calling me and I couldn't answer. Oops, never mind. Hopefully he sees them on leave and he'll never know. He'll see them. He'll never know that I'm streaming or online. He's not. Listen, I don't like being on Twitter. He's like nowhere near it. Thank God. Twitter is a bad place. Yeah, so anyway, as I said, how is everybody? We have a lot to talk about. A lot of strange things going on in the world right now. None stranger than dear old Daisy. Dear old Daisy, we had a bit of a time this afternoon. Daisy, I don't know what happened. She walked out. This is really annoying me. My daughter took her on a walk this morning. I was in synagogue this morning. I look out the window and go, who's that woman? I kind of recognize her. Walking a dog, and I couldn't see the dog. This is not fitting on properly. Wait a second. How can I be doing this wrong? Okay, we're going to try again. Am I doing it the wrong way? Wait. Is it just broken? It could just be broken. That's a distinct. Yeah, I think it might just. No. That looks wrong. I think it's broken. Okay, I think that's where we are. I think I'm going to try one more time. I've never had trouble putting this lid on before, so it's if it. I think it worked. Didn't I get coffee all over myself? Nice coffee. Very good. Yeah. So Daisy, my daughter. So I was in synagogue. I looked out the window. I saw somebody I kind of recognized, and they're walking a dog, and I couldn't see the dog. And then I saw the dog was Daisy. I realized, that's my daughter. At that moment, I get a WhatsApp. I'm walking the dog. I'm like, well, I can see that. Okay. So anyway, I don't know what she ate on that walk. But later, when I come home from synagogue at like 8 in the morning, right? I have my coffee. I learn the Talmud, but I also play on Twitter and check the interwebs and work out what I'm doing that day. And I hang out and play with Daisy. Basically, it's me and Daisy time for that hour. So she gets very excited as I make the coffee because she knows she's going to get to play in a minute, and she's all excited. So today during playtime, Daisy throws up a little bit, right, and then throws up again. But this time, it throws up this weird like berry thing. I was like, oh god, I know that's actually ate and not part of her inside. So anyway, so I cleaned it all up, right. But she has had a bit of a dicky tummy, right? A dicky tummy all day, and so essentially, long story short, this is where you find out the things you do for love. So Daisy, we're crate training her. I keep her in the so after 9 o'clock, she goes in a crate, has some food, water. She likes it there. She chills out in a crate. And then when she needs to go to the toilet, she cries, right? She calls me, and that's not normally till like 1:30, right? Then she's pretty good for that, like 12:30. Like she's that morning, she doesn't like doing much, right? So anyway, but she has a bit of a dicky tongue. I mean, so she was pooing. I had to get her out to poo. And she's having like little blobs of poo. But then here's a tricky bit. She gets a bob of poo and it's caught on her fur. And so she's like doing this thing, trying to scrunch her ass across the floor to get it off. It won't come off. It's a real clinger on. I'm like, do I really have to go and get toilet paper and wipe my dog's ass? Does this really actually have to happen? And I'm looking around, and Daisy is not coming off for her. She's like, I'm like, really? I can't believe this is actually going to happen. This is actually going to happen. I'm going to have to wipe my dog's ass. And then, yeah, so that gives you an idea of my station in life. Oh, but it's true. Anyway, so I go and get some kitchen towel. God, I was like, oh, God, I don't want to. But I was doing it anyway. Okay, that's just what you have to do. Because she couldn't get it off. Okay, what do you want her to do? Poor thing. I don't want to, like, what do I want to scrounging around the house with it? No. Put it now, rather than, it looks like she's been on. What was that? Dirty protest? They used to call that in the 70s in Northern Ireland. Or in some prisons, they smeared all their excrement on dirty protest. Derek McManus will know. Okay, look, yeah, it's always good to know your audience. I think it's called dirty protest. I don't recall. It sounds really dirty to me. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, fine. I guess we got to do this. So I went and got to. Thankfully, the good Lord smiled on me and decreed I didn't have to wipe my dog's ass. Now I had displayed to the Lord in all his further. I will be prepared to do that in thine glory. And somehow, by the time I got back, Daisy had got the lump of poo off her bottom. So there you go. That's my. So anyway, after that, this is also the good Lord working in mysterious. Like, oh, what's it? 15 hours to go to back Nobi and IGG. Listen, do you want to come on? If you want to come on, just let me know. I'll get to you in the chat shortly. But if you want to come on, totally. So you're lucky. I just called that out of my eye. And if anybody can put it in the chat, the link in the chat, that'd be great. But we'll work it out. I will get that link in the chat soon. Okay, one way or another. So yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah. So I've been a bit despondent. Okay, I was been a bit bummed out. That big tragedy of the 45 people being crushed to death in Moron on Lag BaOmer on like Thursday night. That has been bumming me out. I'll be frank. That hasn't been making me happy. I'm like, it just makes me a bit worried, right? It just does, and it depresses me as well. So I was feeling a bit down. So then, here's the weird thing. Here's the actual weird. This just shows you. I don't know the rest of the story of how this got here, but Rabbi Zelig Pliskin sent me an email. That I don't think it was a full one. If it was a full one, it was a very good full one because it seemed like a personal email. I think it sounded like it sounded like it was in his voice. Okay, so Rabbi Pliskin, we used to call him Snake Pliskin at when I was in Asia Torah, the rabbinic ceremony, like the nicest, happiest, most positive man in the entire universe. I mean, this guy, and I think he's actually a very shy person, but he's like, oh my God, he is like the most positive person ever. He's written books on positivity. He's written lots of books on positivity. So he sent an email to me, like, with this like manuscript of like this book called here. Let me read the title. One second, I got to go here. You too can be. One second. You too can be more joyful and kind. I'm like, well, those are two good things. I mean, I like, okay. So, but I was really feeling a bit bummed out. And then that arrived, and it really, again, so I don't know the sequence of events that made that happen that exact time, but that's what I think how God interacts with the world, right? That's how I think it goes out. Fine, let me get to the chat. Naomi, if you want to come on again, just let me know in the chat. I'll even check my Twitch if you want to send me a message. I'll send you a link. CK Jolly Chat, how are you, sir? Hi, Rabbi. May the fourth be with you. Andrew Jody Bear is always good for a lot. She is. So that was going to be an Admiral Holdo figure, right? And I'm like, Andrew Jody Bear is just funnier because there's nothing funny about Admiral Holdo. I mean, there is look, there's like funny again about Rose Tico. I mean, like really, but there's like funny about Admiral Holdo. I mean, other than she's shit and she got the revolution literally destroyed, right? Because of her insanely bad battle tactics of running away slowly and dying. Everybody got killed apart from like the handful that could fit on the Millennium Falcon, right? That was it, right? That was how bad you had screwed up, right? It doesn't matter that you made the Holdo maneuver. It was a very, very, very bad showing. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. I don't understand what they were thinking, right? I really don't understand what they were thinking with that. It's like with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. Like, they sit around the house going, you know, it'd be great. Why don't we make her really condescending? We haven't done that with the Doctor yet. Well, that's interesting. Well, we have to, I mean, people have been, super condescending. But here's the interesting thing. We're also going to make her the most stupid person in the room. No one's thought of doing that with Doctor Who yet. And they're like, yeah, how? How do these decisions get made, right? You got to ask yourself, how does, wouldn't you want to be a fly in the, wouldn't you want to see that like fly on the wall documentary of how this Doctor Who happened? Like how they thought it was a good idea. And wouldn't it be great to see a waltz and all? Like them seem like all excited the night before the Timeless Children goes out. Oh, this will get the fanboys. It's going to shake everything up front. Like everyone hates it. Like everyone, and then they get the reaction like, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah. I would love to. But the thing I would love to see is how anybody thought this was going to be a good idea, right? I mean, like, same with last year. Like, every creative decision in that is bad. I mean, literally, I can't think of anything in the script that isn't bad. I mean, I've tried to rewatch it, but I can't go through the whole thing. It's really awful. Okay, the Luke Skywalker thing is bad. Okay, the Luke Skywalker thing starts off is bad. Milk Titty, bad. And then it just gets weird and bad. It is bad and bad. And it's just bad. Everything, like, what? You're going to have Chewie's going to eat the Ewok thing? What? It's all bad. Everything about, like, every idea that's in that movie is let's bring Benicio del Toro. He'll be a lovable rogue. No, he's a bad guy. What? It's look, the little ball robot thing is now everything. He can do everything. Okay, very good. Oh, that black guy, yeah. Let's make him into the joke. Yeah, he was really good romantic. Oh, it's fantastic. He was great at it. I really was intrigued to hear his arc. Now let's just make him into a joke. Yeah, let's have him walk around in a piss suit. Right, that'll be funny. You like Admiral Akbar? Yeah, let's kill him. I remember the medical frigate. Boom! It's gone. Like what? Like for what? Like look, let's kill Princess Leia, but no, she's Superwoman. What? It's shit. Every idea in that movie is shit. Right? I want to be there when they went. That'll work. Yeah, that like they must have thought it was going to come off okay. Right? Last Jedi. Right? They must have thought it was going to be great, and everyone was going to. They didn't realize it was shit, right? I mean, that's got to be the only explanation. They had no clue it was so shit. What would happen? When did they find out it was shit, and how? See, that's the documentary I want to see. That is the documentary. Like Ryan Johnson grippling. I mean, I probably think he just finds it funny, right? I think, yeah. I think he just, who knows? Who knows? It was just shit. But every creative decision in that is the wrong one, right? It's incredible. It's like got a radar, like the Jedi training. Like what is that? What? He tickled her with a stick. I don't understand. And it's all stupid. He made Kylo Ren because he decided to kill him one night, and he decided what? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's all stupid. Okay. Why do they think it was a good idea? So anyway, I was a tiny bit late. I did not. So I told you this because I started watching The Bad Batch. I'm about 25 minutes into it, and not bad so far. I think I detect the woke alert just about to swing on, but so far not bad. Better than Buffy and Bucky and Winter Soldier. Okay, so that's by a country mile. Actually, it's a lot better than that, and a lot better than WandaVision. I'm going to want to read that story about the Doctor Strange not being in WandaVision because he was a white male, which people are just fine saying now. Right? Did you see my thing about with Chris Eccleston? His review said, people I like to see. Boring people, working class, blah, blah, want to see my mother, blah, blah. Anyway, whatever. That's basically how every interview with him goes. And he says, there's one guy I'd like to see, but unfortunately he's a white male, or he's a male. I'm like, why is that unfortunate, you weirdo cuck? What's wrong with you? Why are you apologizing that your fictional character, that you think you would like him to meet some boring, who happens to be, and he happens to be a white male, right? Listen, a lot of Tom Baker's ideas for Doctor Who were bad, right? So he did need reining in a lot of the time, right? A lot of Tom Baker's ideas on Doctor Who. But, at some point he got something right? I mean, more often than not, he's not. Again, his Big Finish stuff is superb. Yeah, he really I just nails it. Right? It's I'm always transported by Tom Baker. So at Big Finish, I'm still on board with them for the Fourth Doctor adventures, Time War. Anything else? Ninth Doctor and 10th Doctor. Yeah, modern. Yeah, I'm on board with them for those ones. Not carte blanche. I'm not getting the 11th Doctor adventures, that sort of thing. It's but it's really cut down. I'm out on the 5th, 6th. Oh, and also the 3rd Doctor stuff. But this new one I'm a bit worried about. So, but I'm out the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. They've really. And again, the proof is they brought out 5th Doctor box sets, so 2 or 3 of them. And I'm like, nah, I'm just not interested. Nah. One was building on from the boring character they introduced, in the terrible latter days of the main range. Nah. It's no. You're not getting another penny. No. I'm sorry. I'm bored with and why? For you to tell me that white men are bad, which is so much of it nowadays. I mean, they basically do that wherever they feel they can get away with it, and I don't think they have any form of knowledge or control of it. Right? I don't think they have any idea they are. They're like, oh, really? You're being overly sensitive. But then in the extras they go, oh yeah, this was very timely because this is exactly what you thought they would. Yes, I know. Oh, that Dave Bradley. Yeah, that one. I was on board. Now I'm out. Oh yeah, I don't need to be lectured badly by idiots. I mean, really? No wonder they love this current Doctor Who, right? I mean, that's so super bad. Lecturing you badly. That's a Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who. She gives you a good talking to. Oh, you can wreck planets so you can save them. Oh, I'm going to stop my little feedies. I mean, she's just awful. Anyway, Considers Kubar, who I would much rather be the Doctor. He says, "Hello, humans and other critters. Disaster area. Hey, disaster." That's how the good way of describing Chibnall, Doctor Who, and The Last Jedi. It's disaster. How did it happen? Like, can you imagine being in those meetings, right? I mean, I remember Mark Hamill going, well, like publicly, right? Publicly, we're being here. This is insane. They paid me. I'm doing it. That's exactly. I mean, he literally said, well, not literally, figuratively said that. GTM Chronicles, how you doing? I'm getting a bit worked up here. Evening, Rabbi. How a chap? I hope you're well. I am. Do you know what I have to tell you? I no matter what stress is going on in life, I love live streaming. Okay, live streaming is one of the most relaxing activities I have. Right, I really genuinely really adore it. So I'm glad you're here. Darren M, how are you? Okay, saying hello to people. Mercs Eddie says, about to jump. It's about to jump. Okay, get ready. Hi, Mercs Eddie. Hi, Keely Channel. It hasn't jumped yet. It's waiting until I'm not prepared. Right? I can't believe it hasn't jumped yet. Keely Chow, how are you? I'm sorry. I'm just like waiting on 10 notes for it to jump. Matthew Barrows, how are you? PD Rich, how are you, sir? Okay, I'm only about 18 minutes behind now. 18 minutes is a very Kabbalistic number. TARDIS time is here. TARDIS time is always a good time. By the way, general notice, right? And please tell everybody, YouTube does delete comments, right? YouTube does delete comments. Somebody got rid of this whole thing about Noel Clarke. I put out a thing saying, I don't know, let's wait till the evidence comes in. A lot of people are like mad as hell about that. I was like, I do think we should wait. Hey, listen, honestly, I think it's weirdly timed that, you know, they had like one of the Doctor Who Twitterati got himself in a lot of trouble, got himself very, very, very publicly Me Too'd, right? And then as there's like eggs splattering all over their, like, yeah, all their double faces, so they all went, oh no, I didn't really know him. Yeah, like they all met, oh, who? Tom what? Eggs splattering. Right then, weirdly, an expose on Noel Clarke came to light. Well, isn't that convenient? Funnily enough, in that expose, there really wasn't anything, right? There was one person who made a claim that he secretly filmed a nude interview, but that was vigorously refuted by the casting agent being there, saying that nothing of the kind happened. That's absolute nonsense. Listen, I think I can understand that, you know, the young lady might got felt very uncomfortable. He might have been a bit creepy. I don't know. It doesn't sound like, it sounds like somebody has an axe to grind. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just like, could be. And I'm sorry, but, you know, it's like, it does happen. You know, it's not like, really? But I thought that if you had a vagina, you couldn't lie. You know, like they thought about Vulcans, right? I thought the Vulcanians could not lie. I exaggerated, you know. So Donald says hello. Tzvi Lebetkin, did you see the video of Congresswoman Hamburger Jack Dorsey? Oh no, I did not. Is that long? Maybe we should watch that. Our Congress woman mad at Jack. I mean, like, really? I mean, what have they got to say? Excuse me. They like, is this it from? No. Is it from recent? Videos. I don't know. Ted Cruz. Watch live. Jack. I don't know. Okay, fine. Let me know in the chat when I get to it. I really don't know. Or send me a link. There we go. We're going through the Derek Madness is here. As I said, he will know. John the White, how you doing, sir? Or John White, I should say. No Glass Kiddo Hook co-star Adam Deacon claims the sociopath actor who was found guilty of harassing, gaslighting him so severely he had a mental breakdown. Wow, that's bad. Like, I tell you. But they come after you like a pack of wolves. I mean, like, I don't trust anything anymore. I'm sorry. You know, that's just the way it is. I don't trust anything anymore. So Rebel Comics, listen, let me know if you want to come on and promote your book. 15 hours to go. That's great. Shit does happen. Yes, we'll talk about that. Now it jumped. There you go. Okay, I got to one man and his dog. Oh, Daddy, I love Daisy. I was going to wipe her ass. Really, it was going to happen. It was going to happen. I'm like, I guess. Okay, Niobe Comic. Fine, I got to go to Niobe Comic. 1 second. See, listen. This is how much I want. By the way, that freaking thumbnail. I got to get that cosplayer on. She is smoking. Yeah, no, what was it? Let me see. Niobe. I gotta remember 2 letters at a time, okay? I got NY, okay. OBIC. I think I can do OBIC. OMIC. I bet that's it. There you go. Now, are you the person I invited on by mistake one time, or have you been on? I can't remember. Okay, I'm going to send you a link. You can send you a link. You can fill me in on everything. There you go. Invite. Look at me go. Look at me go. Like I'm a grown-up and everything. Okay. Doink. Message sent. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, indeed. Dirty prisoners were a thing in Northern Ireland in the 70s, mainly because Republican inmates want to be treated as political prisoners, not criminals, and refused to wear prison. Okay. That's, I figured you would know it. Admiral Holroyd wearing a party frock into battle. Bruce. Yeah. Like what? Like, what creative decision is there in The Last Jedi? We go, oh, that's a good one. Actually, no, I like. There's one good bit in it. There's one really, really great idea, right? One fact, no, but give me a second, I'll bring it on. There's one really great idea. That bit where Rey and Kylo team up, right? They both discard their respective paths and they team up to make something new. That should have been the story, right? That should have been the story. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was just shit. Naomi, how are you?
Whoa, I'm on.
Oh yeah, man. I don't mess around. I thought you were a lady.
You thought I was what now?
I thought you were a lady. Naomi sounds like a lady. Sounds like a lady's name.
Dude sounds like a lady, brother.
There you go. Oh man, that's my era. That is my era. How are you? Have you been on before?
No, dude. No, never. I mean, I've checked you out a few times, and I'm always tagged every time you throw up a video.
Oh, there you go. Don't know why. You got my good list. I must like it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you go to advertise, I always see my name there. I'm like, we never had an interaction, but for some reason,
there must have been a reason. It must have been a reason. I figured you were. You know what? It could be. I thought you were somebody else.
Well, I think that's exactly what it was, you know. And I messaged you once,
right?
And I messaged you once. And I was like, dude, I don't know if we ever met. I said, I keep
right. Yeah. So I thought you were like this Chechnyan woman who has this book called Bounds, right? You've got vaguely similar sounding names. Great book, by the way. You should check it out.
Well, you know, I probably do carry, you know, a few extra pounds, and it's probably not that far off, you know.
Okay, well, she wasn't a very large lady. She seemed regular size. I didn't think next to her.
No, I got to tell you, I love the chair. I too have myself a nice little DX racer, you know.
There you go.
You know, they're comfortable, they're nice. You know, and,
yes, good. They gird my loins. Yes,
they look good on stream. You know, they look good on stream.
Well, yeah. Listen, I'm a man of large girth, and I do need something with a bit, like it's not like America. America, you can get a chair that can hold 600-pound man for $150 delivered to your house tomorrow, right? I mean, that's America, right? Israel, you can't do that.
Is that where you're at? You're down in Israel area?
Oh, sorry.
I said, is that where you're at?
I am. I am in the land of milk and honey.
Milk and honey. There you go. I'm in the land of snow and maple syrup.
Oh, very nice. Well, listen, maple syrup is pretty darn good. I have to tell you.
It's the Canadas of your soul.
Yes. I'll tell you what. Okay, one of the terrible things about being Jewish, and there are a few of them, but one of the terrible things is you don't have bacon, and bacon, especially Canadian bacon, is fantastic, if I may say so.
Well, that sounds like a tragedy all on its own, right there.
It is. Oh no, it is. It really is. Look, that every second I don't beat bacon shows my incredible devotion to God.
There you go, man. You got to carry the faith strong, my brother.
I tell you, shrimp isn't far behind.
Maple syrup is
and then maple syrup on all three of them. Now you're talking.
You got some fine people in the chat. Here today. You have, sir, 30 people watching, 21 thumbs up. So 9 of you need to step up the game here.
If you could, that'd be fine. And if you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe, I'm heading my way to 3,000 subscribers. Nobody tell YouTube, keep it quiet, because YouTube will stop me.
Man, dude, you could probably take super chats and monetize.
No, they demonetized me.
Why? What did you do that was so horrendous?
I'm not sure. They said I was bullying. I think it was that I said that I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying personally, on a personal level, I'm not 100% convinced that somebody with a penis can be a woman. Maybe they can, or maybe I just I want to say the jury's still no. And I'm not 100% convinced men menstruate. I'm just not 100% convinced of it, right? I just need a little bit more, I don't know, lack of sanity. I don't know. It's weird. The whole world's just gone along with it. Okay. Well, what? Wait, what?
It is a strange world. Let's put it that way, sir. A strange world.
Could you send me a link to your campaign?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a few in the chat, but I'll definitely send one just directly to you. I could pop it on the screen if you want, or you.
If you want, yeah, absolutely. Well, however you would like to do it.
Oh,
So yeah. So I thought you were Nyrim Bonds, who has a book called Bounds, because it has your name has an N and a Y, right? And it ends in an I, and it's a weird juxtaposition of letters. That's why.
I'll tell you the truth. My name has an L and a Y. My name is Larry.
Oh well, there you go. It's Naomi sounds a little bit more, windscript and
exhausted. It's weird because you're not the first person, obviously, to probably mistake me for a female, even though I am really, really cute. It's just the name, right? But that's the name of the character. It's not my name.
And the character might say very, very hot, very, very hot
character. Well, there is that.
By the way, if you're looking for somebody to cosplay your character, the woman who was on the thumbnail of this stream, freaking perfect for your character, and she's great. Oh my god, I gotta get her on the channel.
Well, I'll tell you something about cosplay. We've had cosplayers that have done it throughout the years. I've been doing this now since 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. It's we've done 7 issues. This isn't our first stab in the dark, if you will.
Right.
Not the first rodeo, right? So we've had several people cosplay the character throughout the years. All done a stellar job. All brought something sort of unique and different, if you will, to the table. So we're always up for that. Here, let me see if I can just throw something on your screen here. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. We have the technology. If we post it, they will back it.
One could only hope.
If you build it, maybe they will come.
Oh yes, I see this book. I like this book. Oh good.
Finally, someone has recognized.
Good.
Here's the thing. This is part 2 of a 2-part miniseries. When we first started this book, Niobe was a black and white comic made by 3 dudes in small town Canada, nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the whole idea was we were just going to make this book and we were just going to sell it at the local convention and at the local comic shop and call it a day and said that we had done it,
Yeah.
We went ahead and did that. We had, a little bit of success, and then we did issue 2, a little bit more success. Went ahead and did issue 3. a little bit more. Then we went ahead and did issue 4, and then we went ahead and did a one shot on the villain, and then I lost my art team. You know what I mean? And then we, you know, packed it in for a little bit, and then when we came back, you know, brand new art team, and we stopped doing black and white. You know, we went full color.
Yeah, listen, the Quantum Leap into color is, I mean, it's fantastic. Like your new art team, I'm not to besmirch the original team, your art team, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was just, you know, 3 guys from Canada sort of thing, but you know, eventually everyone's going to go off and do their own things. You know, the interior artist Steve, he went on to work on Psychosis, and now he's doing Tiger X for Antarctic Press.
Very nice.
With Ben Dunn, you know, and we hired a Brazilian artist.
Oh, they're still going. I'm surprised. I mean, as DC's pretty much under and Marvel's is shrinking to nothing. Like, how are the indie doing? Is it like, are they able to? Are they doing better or worse?
Well, what do you mean by indies? Do you mean like indies who are selling in the direct market through Diamond?
Yeah, Antarctic. They're the traditional route, right? This is like the traditional.
Well, let me explain something about Antarctic Press then. Without going to a long diatribe about it, they've been in business for 35 years. You know, I was buying their comics back when I was like 14 years old. You know, Ninja High School. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know? I remember that.
So yeah, they're still going. In fact, they picked up Niobe. So Niobe is actually going to be printed by Antarctic Press, and you'll be able to buy it at your local comic shop in November. It's going to be in an issue called Exciting Comics number 18.
Very good.
So, you know, if you don't have a credit card, if you, you know, don't want international shipping, you know, and I get all these things, right? If you just want to wait for it to roll around into the comic shop, eventually that will happen.
Okay. Listen, wait. I mean, but listen, I have a campaign going. I'm printing in several locations to cut down on international shipping.
Sure.
So I'm printing in the UK and in the US because, like, print on demand now so cheap. It's like, you know, you cost you an extra, like what you pay extra for in like duplicating, you know, your production costs. You make up way more than in the shipping. Shipping is crazy, especially in Canada.
Well, I'll tell you, it's bare minimum. And this is in Canadian dollars, bare minimum $12.49 for me to send one comic and a Gemini down south. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about $10 American.
That's very cheap. I have to tell you, I think you're doing good with that price.
But that's without tracking, you know, that's
but still,
like the bare bones of it.
I think listen, that's cheap. People pay $15.
Oh yeah, and, you know, for me to send, say, over to the UK, it's bare minimum. If it's going by boat, maybe $16-17. If it's going by plane,
it depends.
It's about $24-25 bare minimum.
You see, at that point, you probably print better to print on demand in the UK, and it'll be cheaper than and ship in the UK, and it'll be cheaper than shipping it from your US order.
Well, I mean, that might be worth looking into, you know.
It really is. Was it another tip I worked out? I got my printing company to be my fulfillment company.
Yeah. That wouldn't work so much for me because, you know, because I'm in Canada, I print through the States. I use a company actually called Comics Wellspring. They're fantastic.
Right.
In fact, they keep adding products to their list, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'll be able to do everything in one place, right? So they got like bookmarks, they got stickers, they got trading cards, they got banners, you know, and of course they make comics, right? And they make their own Gemini mailers. So basically I can put in one order.
You sold me on that.
Right?
Oh, you totally sold me. They make their own Gemini mailers. I love that.
Yeah, it's like $99 for 100 of them, so it's like $1 a piece, and you know, you can get a discount if something. What's that?
You can put your graphic on it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's nice because I love that. I love the comic experience. I mean, the indie comic experience is you get that Gemini mailer, and it's exciting. It's like going to the comic book store. You open up, there's all kinds of things, and the more that you brand it, okay, the better it is. Like
I agree with that 100%. Look, you know, I get mail here, 2 or 3 times a week, easy. You know what I mean? Just consistent mail coming in. Either I'm backing projects, or I'm getting stuff off of eBay, or people are just sending me their book to look at. Like it just happens, which is cool. But going back to, Antarctic Press, and their history, it's cool to be with them. You can see my little icon there. It has Sailor Rogowski on it with Niobe. Now that's Rags from Antarctic Press by Brian Ball and team. Really great comic. Highly recommend that as well. And then we're also appearing on the cover of Punchline number 15 from, of course, the one great Matt Weldon and Bill Williams, which is also fantastic. And big shout out, by the way, to Common America 3 and Mr. Tim Lim for just smashing it out of the park with a tremendous Kickstarter on Indiegogo and getting ready to launch their new book tomorrow.
Wow. So what they found on both platforms?
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, here's the thing. With what you're looking at right now, this is our second chance campaign.
Right.
Okay? We already ran this before. The book is done. It's been done for months. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is like, there are people out there who will not use Kickstarter for a variety of reasons. Most of them
I hear it. Yeah. And vice versa. Yeah. Who cares? But they don't. It doesn't like overlap. I mean, you don't end up like not making enough.
Oh God, no, we make more.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Why would you leave? Here's my question to you. Why would you leave money on the table?
Never.
Right. So you have two platforms with almost two completely different audiences and people that are out there willing and ready to buy books.
You are making a strong argument.
Well, here's the thing. Let me show you by comparison. This campaign here, right? It's okay. We're doing fine. We have 75 sexy backers, right? We got 14 hours left to go. We have raised 3,553 Canadian duck bucks. Okay. Now that's not American money. If that was translated into the US, that's probably roughly about $3,000 and change. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Fairly okay, modest, run of the mill sort of, campaign. Now our Kickstarter did 16,000.
Oh, excellent. Oh, so this is like an add-on then. But smart. It's smart. It's better because this entire audience hasn't heard that. It hasn't heard the Kickstarter audience. You're right. It's a totally different audience.
So, when we did Kickstarter, we did our 16 grand, and that was like our highest Kickstarter ever. The first time we ever hit 5 figures. Pretty ecstatic about that. Right. And we've always sort of ran a secondary campaign. Hey, if you missed out, no problem. We got your back. Here's the Indiegogo. And the thing that we do with the Indiegogo is to make it a little bit more special for those users is that we'll offer an Indiegogo exclusive variant, meaning you're only going to get it on Indiegogo, right? So it's like, well, why would you double dip and offer nothing different? Well, we kind of do, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Hey, do you want to scroll down and show us the interior or the more the artwork?
Well, first of all, this is the cover A, and it's done by the interior artist. So what you're seeing here, you're going to get in the book. You know what I mean? He's a great guy from Brazil. And I always, my philosophy is if the guy is good enough to draw your book, right, he should have a cover. And we don't see that a lot.
You're right. I agree with you. I do agree with you.
You know what I mean? Like you'll buy, let's say you go down to, your shop and you see this beautiful Black Cat cover by J. Scott Campbell, right? And you go, oh, I want that. And you go pick up the book and you start flipping through it. And then the interior art is horrendous. You know what I mean?
They do that. I know. It's a shame. No, you should have your artists on the front.
So we want to make sure that, cover A represents exactly what's on the inside so that you're not misled, you're not confused. But if you like the variants, we got them. I mean, we have this one here from Mr. Randy Green. Now, if that name kind of rings a bell, it's probably because you bought Witchblade back in the day.
Right. Okay.
And so Randy Green took over Witchblade after Michael Turner. And that's how a lot of people know. So we got Randy Green to come out of retirement, comic book retirement, to come do a cover for us, right?
Excellent. Lovely cover.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. We have here the Luigi Terrell cover from Rags. This is the Indiegogo exclusive. So this is the special cover that everyone can get right here. So if you're familiar with Brian Ball and the Rags team, then you're definitely familiar with this gentleman. You asked about interior art. This is what the pages look like on the inside. So as you can, we have ourselves a full-fledged comic book here, sir.
How many story pages is it?
So this is your standard floppy. This particular one here has 28 pages of story and a couple of pinups.
Oh, that's more than average. So like, is there a package you can get the complete story? It says there's a second part of a two-part story.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That'd be the feature perk right up here at the top. So it'd be part 1, part 2, cover A's, basically your basic buy-in. It says $20 Canadian, but that equals out to be $16 US. So $8 a book, you know what I mean?
Right. That's not bad.
And then you're shipping, maybe you live abroad. A lot of people do. Digital might be the way to go.
Oh, you have digital? Oh, very good, very good. Again, I don't do digital.
Here's the thing. I'm going to ask you again. Why would you leave money on the table?
You know what? I want to make it more exclusive. Because I'm thinking about the 2 books from now. Right?
Sure.
That's really where I am. I want the 2 books from now to do better because it'll be more exclusive. It'll be known to be.
But I'll tell you this. Digital is free money. It costs you absolutely nothing to print. It costs you absolutely nothing to ship. Okay. And all you have to do is provide an email or a link to a Dropbox, and people can go get their stuff. On my Kickstarter, 1/3 of the backers were all digital.
You know what? I might do a 24-hour digital exclusive of mine.
74 backers on my Kickstarter were digital backers.
Yes, free money. You're right.
free money. Look. We're in 2021, right? And I'm like you. I want to have a book in my hand. I get it, right? I want that in my long box. I want it in my collection. But I know guys who are like on the road all the time, and they have like 1,500 comic books stored on their.
I never buy a physical comic anymore. I only buy digital.
Well, then you would understand the appeal.
Yeah, that's how much of a schmuck I am.
So I mean, if you're buying digital and you read digital, it only would make sense to me to offer that, right? But I mean, everyone does things their own way, right? We have the digital deluxe, which will get you both books. We have lots of different options here. But I mean, let's just scroll down. This is our number 1 cover. This is done by Paul.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Paul Green and Ula Moss. Now, Paul Green's worked for Brian Pulido and Lady Death. He's worked for Grimm Fairy Tales, Zenoscope titles. Ula Moss, who does the color, she colors all of J. Scott Campbell stuff. What I mean?
Is it a religious book? Because I see a lot like Christian iconography going on.
No, it's not. But what it is it's a book on social commentary,
right?
Where you sort of have. All right. So the basic premise is that in my world we have what's called genomes, which are basically mutants, right? It stands for genetic anomalies.
Right.
And these genetic anomalies are starting to pop up. Well, this one particular genetic anomaly happened to be born with angelic wings, and she erupted in a church.
Happens to the best of us.
Sure.
Bit of a church eruption. It does get exciting. But
she thinks she's a modern day angel. The church thinks she's a modern day angel, and she acts on the behalf of the Vatican. Okay, and they send her on humanitarian missions. They send her to go do all kinds of stuff. But the main character is Niobe, right? The girl with the pigtails here.
Right.
The problem is that they both have different philosophies on life. And it comes to basically a baby's being born that is a genome. And it's born with, in the ultrasound, it shows angelic wings. The church thinks that this is another angel coming to be.
Right.
But the mother doesn't want to give birth to what she would deem a freak. You know what I mean? A mutant, a freak.
Right. Okay.
So she was plotting to, abort, if you will. This causes a huge media surge because this information gets out, and there's a huge protest. Niobe comes to defend this mother because Niobe's like, I'm fucking pro-choice. The angels, I'm pro-life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they get into it,
Okay, this is it's a clever way of getting into the issue.
Right. Now, here's the thing. I don't pick a side. And I think this is what's missing out of comic books. When the last time this book was reviewed, it was done by a guy named Demon Phil. And he says there's 3 things.
That is a hot cover. The CB's variant.
You like that?
Wow.
I'll tell you. when this book was reviewed, it was said, the guy said, there's 3 things I don't like on my channel: drama, religion, and politics. And he goes, and this has got all 3, right? And he goes, but it's done in a way where no one is preaching anything to you, and it's given to you in a neutral point of ground. There's no winners or losers in this book, not one side comes out over the other. And it's a book to make you think, like the way comic books used to be back in the day. You would read something, and it wasn't like, a far left activist as you get today slapping their opinions in your face, right?
Did you see the new Marvel advert?
Dude.
But they like pulled Stan Lee out of the grave to get you to buy their crap.
Right. And I think you can do stories like this, but you have to do it in a tactful way. I took a course, an online course. It was a 10-week online course. It was called Social Issues in Comic Books. And it had a variety of hosts. One of them, of course, was Denny O'Neil. Was just a fabulous speaker, learn a lot from that. And I took that knowledge and I put it towards, this comic, So it doesn't preach, pro-life. It doesn't preach pro-choice. But the situation goes down between these 2 heroes, quote unquote, if you can call them that. To some people, Ariel might be the villain. Okay. The angel. To some people,
I like the ambiguity of the. One second, just while we're looking at your wonderful covers, let me just try and catch up with the chat. I'm about half hour behind. So,
dude, I know all about that, brother.
One second. So, Brother Bing, how you doing, sir? Rebel Comics, you are here. Darren has a hello to you. Tracy Thomas, how are you? Good afternoon, I believe it's you. Who is Snoodles? I said hello to you. Heather Sulu, how are you? Naughty Superwoman. Who was that? Who's the Naughty Superwoman? I don't know. The cosplayer for the Thumbers. What's her name again? Damn, she was hot. I'll look at. It's written on the thumb. Okay, 1 second. We said, oh man, this is really annoying. I got to work out how to reject this call without it like picking up and rejecting it. Oh, I think I did it. Okay, good. There you go. I was just being a boomer. Buffy and the Winter Snowman. Yeah. Oh my god, that was awful. But I always call it that. Did you see Johnny Rotten came out and called woke culture? Exactly. It is. It's a boot on the neck of the woke working class. Oh man, I tell you, we are having in general. I would say a class war forming, right? Because I think it's really coming. Let me say, as Chris Wizard says, good afternoon, by the way, Chris Wizard. How are you? You mean a white male could have mansplained to Wanda, someone more powerful than himself, how to use her powers? That's simply not allowed. We will read the article, okay? Boundigan Comics has our back. We will read what they have to tell us. Okay, I'm getting. I'm about. Oh my god, I'm still behind. How can I still be half an hour behind? Right, that's crazy. Okay, I'm getting there. Titus, I said hello to you. Oh god, I just jumped. Okay, fine. I'm whizzing through it now. It's the recent Forbes one. Okay, fine. Now I gotta look that up. Forbes. That's the next one. Okay, Forbes. And still got that window open, haven't I? Let's search for it. Here you go in Space Baker Day. Thank you for our stream earlier. Problem being, was great. I'm so glad your channel is back. If you haven't subbed to Spacebook, you really must. Spacebook is an awesome channel. Let me see. By the way, if you want to jump on, let me know. You're more than welcome. Matt C, how you doing? I think I'm nearly up to date. And David Enke, how you doing? Okay, up to date. Oh, look at that. Like, now I finally look away from the channel. I still saw your beautiful cover again.
Well, you breezed through a half hour a lot quicker than I could have. I'll tell you that.
Well, they were all talking amongst themselves. What's that? People think we're working on it, but if there's more YouTubers like Rabbi and I who also appreciate my. Oh man, I tell you, you have no idea how much I appreciate your support, Peter Rich. You have absolutely like. There's no way of expressing the level of it. There is no chart made to measure it. It's kind of like when you get to warp 10, you can't get to warp 10 because the closer you get to it, the faster you get. Yeah, that's why they went. When they went to warp 14, it was a bit of a shocker. So there you go. Okay, did we put the link to your Indiegogo in the chat?
Yeah, I think one of your mods did it a while back. PD.
Okay.
So it's in there somewhere.
Okay, great, excellent. I do recommend it. So it's ready to go. It's ready to ship out. I mean, look, the one to get, I think, is minimally the double pack. But I would go back and get the. Is there a package where you can get everything? You can get the whole the original run and this run, or is it just this run?
Oh yeah, no, well, I mean, if you're talking about like our original black and white stuff, no, that's not in there.
Okay.
We haven't like reprinted those in a while. I mean, they're floating out there somewhere. I got a handful of copies here, but I didn't have enough to sort of like load up into a crowdfunding campaign.
Right.
They were very small print runs, like 200, 300 copies of issue one might be out there somewhere. You know what I mean? But this here was the Kickstarter. This was the night and day sort of difference, as you can see, this was $16,343 with 374 backers. So the majority of our backers for this book already came to us here. So the Indiegogo is just essentially like, hey, if you did miss out,
here. Yeah, I doubt I would be allowed on Indiegogo on Kickstarter. I mean,
why?
Listen, I'll demonetize. I speak, things that are forbidden.
Buddy,
I don't understand what they are.
Obviously, you never watched my show.
I haven't. Okay. Where's your channel? I didn't even know you had a channel.
It's called Rebel Comics, man.
Oh, shit. Okay. Can you throw up your channel so people can know what they can expect when they go over there?
Yeah. Well, we have the power. Yeah, no, I could just easily bring it up. Boom. So Rebel Comics right here.
Okay. Firstly, you got a good banner. Okay, you don't see that often. That's a really well designed banner.
Organization with the videos could be a little bit better. Like I do a mix of gaming and comics, but I mean, like the last sort of big show we had was like the last night where we did a show on the failure of the X-Men.
What, the comic or the franchise, the movie? Which X-Men?
Well, just with this whole Hellfire fashion show gala thing, the
current thing. Oh God, yeah. Listen,
I went online and ripped that. I went online and ripped that apart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look. The mainstream doesn't like me, dude. They don't like me. Listen, I've been canceled a couple of times already. I've been removed from my local con because I dare speak up for a voice actor named Vic.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I tell you, yeah. I am gutted they don't make his Star Trek anymore, which was he was awesome.
Yeah, but I do pretty much the same thing that you do though. Like I'll come on, I'll speak my mind, I'll talk about things that are going on in pop culture. I'll bring on guests, we'll do interviews, we'll talk to people.
Yeah, okay. So, pop culture channel. So listen, everybody go over in the sub to Rebel Comics. I will be subscribing to you. Okay, so that's how much you show. Here we go. Is this your channel? Where is it? Can't find it.
I mean, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, we do basically a 2 to 3 hour stream. We're like on schedule all the time. You know what I mean? Here, I'll show you another little interesting article. Just so you know, just because you say a couple controversial things doesn't necessarily mean Kickstarter ain't gonna allow you on. Okay, right. No. I mean, if they're gonna allow me on, they'll allow you on. But check this one out.
I'll give it a try.
I mean, you spoke about bounding in the comics, right?
Right.
I'm inbounding in the comics.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
Me too.
Look at that. So me, Larry Higgins.
Oh, right. Thank you. There we go, Larry. Oh, man. Okay, now I'm putting it together. I've heard your name a couple of times, though. You've been around.
I've been around, dude. Yeah. I mean, there's a few articles written on me, a few videos done on me. So, if you want to talk the cancel culture game, I can relate. Let's just at least put it that way, right?
Yeah. No. I do hear it. Okay, very good. And then fine. Go and sub to Rebel Comics. Thank you for being. Go and sub to Rebel Comics and go back here and go. Fine. Listen, I got to start reading the news. You're welcome to hang out and comment with me. If you want,
yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit, and then I gotta hop in the shower and get cleaned up. But yeah, I'll hang out for a few minutes and see what's going on.
You're just trying to arouse the rabbi now,
yeah. Right?
Fine, that's fine. I want to start off with. Should we start off with the Disney? Let's start a bit of Disney Star Wars, because Disney Star Wars is stupid. Disney Star Wars is stupid. Fine. And so they've read this this article, this comic, so I don't have to. New Darth Vader comic continues destruction of Star Wars with dumb reveal about Luke Skywalker or Anakin's severed hand. Okay, I'm intrigued about this reveal. Do you know aware of this as yet?
Well, I seen the hand in a jar of water. I seen that image.
I haven't seen that image. Okay, well,
so basically, Darth Vader's got like Luke Skywalker's hand in a jar.
Really?
Yeah.
But what? Okay, fine. Wait. The latest Darth Vader comic published by Marvel is written by Greg Pak. Greg Pak's only a decent role, used to be anyway. Art by Rafi Ancini continues to affirm that Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Disney have absolutely no clue what they're doing with Star Wars. Although I have to tell you, this new rumor that what's her name, Gina Carano may be coming back to Mandalorian.
Never going to happen.
Her episode is airing on Disney Plus.
She's never coming back. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, know the only way she's coming back is if Kathleen Kennedy has been completely cut.
Well, not even that. Look. In order to bring her back, Disney as a corporation would have to eat every single word they said.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's no way.
I guarantee you they're not going to do that. I guarantee you they're not going to do that.
Right. Exactly. And if they do, it's like it's the biggest.
No. If they do, they took enough flack for having her after she had made her tweets right. The cancel mob went after them like, you fire Gina. What do you think would happen if they actually brought her back? Do you think that all the people that cried foul are just going to look the other way? No, it will even get worse for Disney if they bring her back. You know what I mean?
They are totally going to freak out. Listen, let's wait and see. I'm reasonably. I wouldn't be completely surprised if the apocalypse doesn't start in the next week or so. Okay, so
I seriously think we're living in end times. Like I legit
me too.
think
I totally do. I'm like constantly terrified that something's going to happen. I don't know what. But I'm like, is this it? Whenever I hear the news, I'm like,
now I don't know what this means, but it says from PD Rich. He's one of your moderators. He says, "Oh shit, you're one of John's. John who?"
I don't know.
Well, which John are you referring to, Mr. Rich?
John. We don't know.
But apparently, I'm one of John's.
But he still put up your YouTube channel, so he must like you.
Well,
and then he went into bounding into comics and linked to all that stuff. I tell you, Peter, he's the most efficient person. Him and the problem being efficient, but problem being comes with how can I explain it? You will be drawn into his valiant Twitter battles, right?
I don't know who he's saying. John F. Trent.
Probably I can't not watch your thrust and parry. Okay, they're too interesting, right? I spent so many hours pointlessly reading back and forth when you're winning, but that's the only drawback you have.
He's talking about John F. Trent. I don't know who that is.
John Trent is the owner of Bounding Into Comics.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know him personally. They just did an article on me because, I made a lot of waves. Like when this happened, Edwin Boyette interviewed me, right? And that had like a whole ton of views. And, because it was a big deal when I got kicked out. Like this was making the rounds, And so, Edwin Boyette, let's talk with Larry and see what's going on, see the schemes and scams,
Right.
So it made some noise.
Good. Very good. Fine, let me read this article. Darth Vader 11 begins with Vader attempting to challenge Emperor Palpatine, but he quickly is defeated by the Emperor using Force to have some kind of giant squid creature choke itself with its tentacles. What?
Sounds like tentacle porn to me, but you know.
Okay, well, that's okay. From there, Vader journeys to the depth of the temple on Exegol, where he walks past what appears to be the beginning stages of a Snoke clone. Okay. Not only does he pass a Snoke clone, but he also passes severed right hand that the Emperor described as a scalpel of creation. Use it to make things like I can use it to make anything. Okay, it's whatever.
So there you see Luke Skywalker's hand in the jar up on that image above. You know.
One second. My daughter's calling. We just say hello to her.
Hello.
1 second, it's just connecting. Hello, my darling. What's on your face?
I came to the office.
Why did you go to the office? I want a live stream, by the way. Say hello to the world.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
What's on your face? Yeah.
Eye patches, so it looks like it's
Eye patches. Oh my God, you look like a Stepford wife. You're freaking me out. Weirdo. Hello, darling. How are you?
We're coming here to watch a movie.
Okay.
Hi. Where's mommy? Why is she not answering?
She's playing mahjong.
Okay, fine. Hi, everyone. Bye, everyone. Have fun.
Bye. Everyone says goodbye. Okay, bye.
Check you later.
All right, fine. I do what needs to be done. It's a problem to me. Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do. Anyway, Bubblegum, who have previously toyed with the idea of Palpatine created Anakin Skywalker and Charles. Yeah, whatever. Well, I thought that was kind of like implicit in the movie. Something about Mustafa, blah 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 blah. Who cares? However, Lucasfilm story group Matt Mariner claimed there was no implication in the book. He wrote on Twitter back in 2019, "It's part of my job to ensure the stories are aligned with the overall vision of Star Wars. If the intention was to make a direct connection between Palpatine and Anakin's birth, I would have removed it." Okay, well, why are we talking about this now? And Charles Sawyer says, he says, "I'm a writer. I work closely with Matt on the series. I hate explaining stuff in my work in too much detail, but you need to understand the scenarios happening here. The dark side is not a reliable narrator." Okay. Who cares? Oh, leave me alone. Fine. I think we've done that story.
I think what they're trying to say is we got Luke Skywalker's hand because we're going to make clones. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Well, I mean, it's like, you have his DNA, right? I think that's kind of what, what maybe that they were looking for there. I think that the clones in Star Wars have been way overdone. Come up with something new. The comic books are, they're atrocious. I don't know if you've read them. I read them.
I like the original run. The initial run, I really enjoyed that initial Vader run. I thought was great.
Yeah. Vader was probably the best series that they had.
Right. And I stayed with them while they were doing this first 6 or 8 issues of Star Wars because the artwork was just so good. It was what's his name?
Well, you had Terry Dotson do it for a while. You've had a couple other cats, but yeah.
It was what was it? The guy did Planetary. I can't remember. He's Fantastic Captain America as well. Very, very good artwork. Anyway, so I stayed with it until the Vader series finished, which I like. I didn't like the Dr. Aphra, which they just we used for way too much of her. I wasn't interested in her at all. And yeah, that's basically 2017 is when everything fell apart. Okay, that's essentially when everything fell apart.
Well, I would submit that it was 2014.
Well,
and I'll tell you why. Because 2014 was when we really started to see the censorship of comic book covers due to them being too sexy. So there was this guy named Milo Manera, right?
Oh, right, the Spider-Woman cover.
The Spider-Woman cover. And that was sort of like the first indication that there was a shifting of the guard, because I had bought that Spider-Woman cover. I was like the only guy in my city to get it. It was like a 1 out of 100, 1 out of 50 variant, And I remember adamantly, on Facebook, defending the cover, not because it was a great cover, but defending of the man not being banned because he had so many great covers before that, and no one said boo, right? The Spider-Woman cover comes out, and next thing you know, it's a big hoopla. And then once that ball started rolling, that snowball only got bigger and bigger and bigger as time went on,
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I do hear. I just saw Matt C in the chat. I can only think of one thing at a time. Matt C says Dr. Aaron was a neat concept, I suppose. So a cynical female Indiana Jones for Star Wars. Yeah, but then she became like good at everything. And it was like, the more infallible she became, the more boring a character she was. In my estimation,
she was overused. I mean, she was really popular when the book came out. In fact, her first appearance, still goes for a few dollars. She had a couple of cool characters that were with her, like the assassin droids and like the bounty hunter Wookiee.
Yeah, that was all the things that surrounded her were far more interesting than her. I liked 000 or whatever it's called, BT, and I like the Wookiee. I like everybody, Black Kakistan or whatever. Everybody apart from Dr. Afra. They were all interesting, apart from Dr. Afra, who was just annoying.
Darth Vader should have killed her probably 10 times over. But
exactly. I did like that story when he went to quell a rebellion in a like a royal mining colony or something. That was really cool. What can't say about that series, but it was good. I'm amazed they haven't done like a Darth Vader movie, or they use Darth Vader in some way. You can cast anyone now.
Yeah, essentially same thing with Chewbacca or R2D2 for that matter.
Yeah, but you can't do a movie around Chewbacca that easily. You can do a movie around Darth Vader.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, obviously he's the villain that turns hero redemption arc. But I mean, if you're going to do a movie on Darth Vader in his glory days, I mean, I guess you're doing
doing being a villain.
Where he'd be like hunting down like sort of all the Jedi who went on the run. I mean,
listen, the best part of Rogue One was that 5 minutes with Darth Vader.
Sure, it was, yeah.
I mean, totally. Do a movie of that.
But then he had that bad joke, don't choke on your ambition,
But it's fine. Listen, if I just see Darth Vader walk around doing badass stuff with a lightsaber, I don't really care. I'm not asking questions. Okay, don't make it woke, and we're fine.
Well, you can kiss all that goodbye. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, it's I do. Yes,
look, the last best hope for Star Wars was The Mandalorian. Okay, and it is painfully obvious, even though The Mandalorian gave us, a lot of us old school fans, the fan service that we wanted. When we were doing my channel, we had a show called, it was like a Star Wars chat, and we would review each episode as they came out. And months before, I predicted Luke Skywalker when everyone else was going to say it was Mace Windu. Like, we all knew a Jedi was showing up to come get the
I didn't think it would ever be anybody but Luke Skywalker.
Well, there was no one else around at the time, and that was my reason. So you got to look, this all takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. There was no Jedi. I mean, Luke was it. And there might have been a couple other people in hiding somewhere, but Luke was basically the only sort of active Jedi. And who else is going to come for Baby Yoda after the connection that Luke had with the original Yoda, right? Of course it's going to be Luke,
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, they could have thrown in a new character, but it was a political move as well, resurrecting Luke. Which is why it went crazy. This is why the shit hit the fan.
So now we have this, we ended off on such a high note, and then the whole Gina Carano thing happened, right?
Oh my God! Well, no. First, that was the second thing. The first thing was you had like Pablo Hidalgo laughing at Star Wars Theory because he was crying because he's explaining how much Star Wars has helped him through his cancer. It's like,
but I'm talking about just things that are directly related to the show. With Gina Carano's firing, all those people that had huge faith in the Mandalorian, especially with the return of Luke Skywalker, now had their faith sort of crushed because one of the main stars now has been booted for political ideology, right? So now, will Star Wars The Mandalorian season 3 be as cool as 1 and 2? Will the fans still support it now? The question mark is in the air.
Without Gina Carano, it won't. Book of Boba Fett's on, is on the ropes. The firstly, he's got a bit of a dad bod, which is fine, but like he's fine as a new character, as an accent, as a carrying the show. I don't know. It could be good, but I think the goodwill for Star Wars is over. Is very much over.
I think a lot of people got crushed. I mean, I only get Disney Plus for The Mandalorian, and I unsubscribe from it, right? And then when it comes back out again, I get it again. So I've gotten Disney Plus twice for The Mandalorian. There's not much else on there I want to watch because it's Disney stuff. I've seen it all 100 times. Give me a bunch of new stuff that's cool, and we might talk. But like you said. Obviously, Disney is a progressive, left-leaning company, and that's the sort of content that you're going to get.
Right? No, it's more than left-leaning. They say they're actively trying to change society. I'm just trying to find the leaked picture of Miss Marvel that I saw because it's so awful. Leaked picture. Because I'm looking at this going, no one's going to watch this nonsense. Are they out their mind? It looks like I can't find the picture now. Oh, here it is. And it's a very, very comic book accurate picture.
I bet it is.
Hang on. Copy image address. Fine. Now I can share the screen. Yeah, so look, the new Marvel trailer, right? It's just like, like who's gonna want to watch that? Come on.
Look, this looks like bad cosplay. Okay.
It is. It's comic book accurate, but she's not a superhero. It's like, oh god.
There's something about the mask that I don't like. I don't know. It just looks phony. It looks like this is like Robin from the George Clooney fucking Batman movie,
Don't knock the bat nipples. That was the George Clooney one, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's a decent Batman movie if you take ecstasy before you watch it.
Wherever which one had Chris O'Donnell as Robin. This is what this looks like.
That's Batman and Robin. And then he was in Batman
Robin, Silverstone and all that good stuff. Yeah.
You can see Alicia Silverstone really getting into the cocaine between 1 and 2, with the first and second movie.
Listen, like she was on the hot in her Aerosmith videos. That's it. Aerosmith put her on the map. Bottom line. But.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude looks like a lady.
Well, there was crying. There was Amazing that had Liv Tyler in the video. It was good stuff. Yeah, I'm a product of a yesteryear. Let
me see if I can see the upcoming Marvel movies. They put out a bunch of pictures.
There's a whole slew of them. None of them really appeal to me. I'll watch Spider-Man and I'll watch Black Widow. Other than that,
I would watch it for free, if on Disney Plus.
It'll be $30 a movie. But it'll be $30 a movie on Disney Plus.
I'm not paying $30 for it. Leave me alone. HBO Max has it down. Okay, they give me the movies with my subscription, which is why I subscribe to HBO Max.
It's horrible because HBO Max is not available in Canada.
Oh, it's not okay. So what I do is I subscribe to it, then I just download illegally. Yeah, whatever I want because it's.
There's lots of free streaming services. I'll probably watch The Bad Batch tonight on some pirated stream.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah, I'm 25 minutes into it right now. It's not bad. It so far it's pretty good. You got The Bad Batch at the end of the Clone War. And what's the name? Order 66 is coming, and so you see them go all through that, and with stuff with Jedi, and they're back on Camino where I left it, and it just showed up a young female clone who I think is like a female Jango Fett. That's my goal. That's my guess.
Well, it's female Mandalorians. There's only one that comes to my mind, and that's Sabine. From Rebels.
Female. Well, no. What's the name? You had
You had Bo-Katan and all that, but I'm talking like my favorite female Mandalorian would be Sabine. Put her back in something.
Is Sabine Katie Sackhoff or is it the other one?
No, Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan. Sabine is like kind of the girl with like a little bit of streaks in her hair, short hair. She ran around in the cartoon Rebels all the time.
Kind of dated Ben Kenobi.
No, that's another one. That was Queen. What's her face?
That's the Duchess of Mandalore.
Yeah. You don't know who Sabine is? Oh my god.
I'm sure I do.
We must give you a refresher.
One second. Fine. Let's look it up. Sabine.
Oh, I got it for you already, brother.
Oh, there you go.
I'm already on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I'll just do. Here the power of technology compels.
There you go. The power of the interwebs.
The power of the interwebs. We'll get everything in our fingers here. Just click on my screen for a sec.
There you go. Got it. Add screen.
Sabine.
I've never seen her. What show's she from?
Rebels.
I've never seen Rebels.
Oh, you got to go watch Rebels. That's the shit, man. Everything you're seeing from the Mandalorian ties in the Rebels. The whole Dark Saber thing. Everything.
Dark Saber's all through Clone Wars as well.
Yeah. But Rebels is what happens after Clone Wars. Rebels is right before A New Hope.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get to know a whole bunch of new characters. And it was Disney Star Wars. So I'm like, yeah, I'm giving that a miss.
But this is where Ahsoka is. This is where Sabine is. This is where the Darksaber is. This is where Bo-Katan is.
I'll wait till they come back in The Mandalorian.
Right, but if you don't watch some of this stuff, half the things in The Mandalorian, you're going to go, what's that all about?
And I'll just look it up Wikipedia. That's basically where we are. Fine, let's look at the upcoming movies. Do you have the dates of these movies? Let me have a look. Oh, they don't the damn one second. Let me find the graphics with the dates on it. Because they do have an interesting slate coming up.
Matt C, who usually calls me Chicken Neck, says that Sabine is Niobe Star Wars. Niobe was made in 1990, so Sabine is a copy of Niobe for sure. I agree. Yes.
Okay. Hang on a second. Marvel Phase 4. All right. So you got it starts with Black Widow. Let me see if this guy. One second. Fine. So let me just download all these graphics. So first is Black Widow. Fine. Let me do it. I'll share the window. So first is Black Widow. No, I was watching for free, but I don't think I'm paying for that. Right? January 9th? Yeah, I don't think I'm paying for that.
July 9th. Yeah. This is a movie that has been riddled with COVID in the sense of COVID just kept pushing us back. I don't even know how many people are even interested in this one anymore. I mean, I'm going to watch it because, Black Widow is one of my favorite characters from the Avengers. But with that being said, she's dead. This is a story before she died.
And it's like, we've really seen the degeneration of the MCU. It's really the MCU.
It's a tale of yore. I don't know how many people care about that anymore. And plus, like I said, it's been now delayed to the point where, like, I think people
no momentum. Right. And they keep killing their momentum by having like painfully woke. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Let's see what's the next one is. Shang-Chi. I have no interest
in this. Yeah, zero.
Zero. Like, it's zero. I saw the trailer. I'm like, the guy. I was in the Comic-Con in like Hall H before it got huge. The year Jon Favreau showed the Iron Man trailer. Right, there was no lines to get in anything. You just wandered in and sat down, and like nobody's seen it before. It was wild, and there was like so much electricity. The absolute opposite of this. Same story as Doctor Strange and Iron Man, just with kung fu and a very, very non-charismatic lead. Right? There was nothing there to interest me.
Well, this is Marvel trying to once again, take their C-list and D-list characters and try and make them A-listers. That's what this is about.
Yeah, I'm all for that, but it's also they're doing it badly, and they're doing it really mainly to get to the Chinese market, which universally hated it, right? So what was the next one after that? That was May 6th. what's the next one? Oh, no, there'll be Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, that's something I would watch on Disney. I might pay $30 for on Disney Plus.
I'm down for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a little bit of a different beast because it's not completely tied to Marvel in the sense that Sony still has some control over Spider-Man.
Right.
There are the 10 rules for Spider-Man that have to be implemented in every movie. There's a list of them, and they'll never change. Yeah. You never read the list? Like one of them says Spider-Man has to be white. Spider-Man cannot be gay. There's a list of 10 things that if you're going to use Peter Parker in a movie,
I am totally fine with them doing a Miles Morales Spider-Man.
But that's not Spider-Man. That's Miles Morales Spider-Man. We're talking about the original Spider-Man. If you're going to use Peter Parker Spider-Man in a movie, there is a list. There's 10 rules that you have to use if he's in the movie. You know what I mean?
10 simple rules. Use Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that is, what's the next one? Doctor Strange. I like the first Doctor Strange. Everything I'm hearing about this movie sounds really woke and horrible.
No, I never heard a thing on this movie other than that it was coming out.
The MCU is just like the last two offerings, WandaVision and Bucky and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier. One was boring and woke, and one was really, really objectionably racist and woke. Wasn't that boring?
I haven't gotten through Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. I only watched the first episode. I did watch WandaVision.
First episode, especially that aerial flying stuff at the beginning. I thought
felt like you were right back into a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah. That was but it gets into like real heavy racist
No, I heard he gets pulled over and harassed by the cops, and
that happens in episode 3. Yeah,
and he can't get a loan, even though he's a fucking Avenger. You know what I mean?
Like, how stupid is that? How stupid is that?
I mean, you save the world 10 times over, but the bank won't help you with your small business. Like, I don't get it, But
it was just dumb. It's just dumb, right? But Disney Star Wars is dumb. I think Disney Marvel also is going to be dumb. So then, what's the next one after that? Is it Wakanda for it? There's no date for that yet. Then the Eternals. Did I miss the Eternals out? This looks awful.
Yeah,
this is gonna be so bad.
This looks like a CW show.
Oh my, and they're really grooming the guy from Silicon Valley, the Indian guy, into being an action hero, and he really thinks he is, right? You can see it's like his face, like, look at me. He's gonna fall so flat on his face. Oh my god, it's gonna be so bad. Yeah, look, I think Marvel's going to have a rough year ahead of it. And then also the next one will be Thor, which is also going to, I think, be awful.
Well, this is probably when Jane Foster becomes Thor, right? And then
right.
Chris Hemsworth will be in the movie, but he'll basically be a sideline, backseat sort of character to it all.
Right. I wonder if he'll be fat again. And that was a great idea. I mean, really, shouldn't he have been struck by lightning and be like hot Thor again? No, he'll still fat Thor. It's the stupidest thing.
Well, it was definitely a shot at the old school fans where, there seems to be this perception that we're all fat with big beards and we're all playing Xbox.
Right.
That was the corner they painted Thor in,
Yeah. And in the announcement, Natalie Portman couldn't even hold up the bloody hammer, and it was a fake hammer. Remember, Taika Waititi had to hold it up for her.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh god,
I remember.
So after that is Captain Marvel, not quite the big hitter that she used to be then.
Well, here's the thing: Brie Larson turned off a lot of people.
She did turn off a lot of people.
Brie Larson wasn't all that good in the role.
So Brie Larson's not a very good actress. I think that's a fair statement. Brie Larson is not a very good actress. This must be.
And I think this is an attempt to sort of swerve away from Brie, but in an effort to even get more woke. Okay, like I guarantee you'll see Monica Rambeau in that movie.
Yeah,
because she was in WandaVision. They're setting that up to put her in the Marvels.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, there absolutely was. And then I think she's also going to be in this.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, I've only ever seen the first Ant-Man movie. I'd never seen the second.
Not worth it. Okay. This was the deal. I bought the Blu-ray of every MCU movie as it came out. Right. I felt my responsibility as a comic book nerd and a TV enthusiast to own one. Right. Up until Captain Marvel, and because that broke the completeness of them. Then when Ant-Man and Wasp came out, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to buy that woke crap. I'm not really that interested in it.
Well, and the thing is, I don't think these two characters really, you know, are deserving of standalone movies. I mean, they're great, you know, sort of like team characters for a team movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, to put them on their own, and don't get me wrong, I love the girl that plays Wasp. I mean, I was an avid fan of Lost when it used to be good before.
I hate that. I can't stand that actress. Oh, it makes me crazy.
Something about her eyes, brother. I don't know.
No, she just she's so full of herself. She's like so full of herself. Oh,
this is going to be your average run-of-the-mill Marvel movie. This one isn't going to be anything too special, I don't think.
If this even makes it to theaters, I'll be surprised. I think it's going to be.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't make it to theaters in 2023, we're all screwed. So
I don't think there's going to be. Yeah, I think that's where we are. I genuinely do. So then after that, I guess it'll be Wakanda Forever.
Hard to do a Black Panther movie without Black Panther, isn't it?
I guess there'll be about his sister. Trouble is, I have to tell you, the real tragedy of Black Panther, it was the first of the real woke movies, but it was such a good movie. It was such a smart movie. I really like this movie.
Look, I get, you know, the want for representation and to do it right. You know, I get that people want to see themselves in movies and they want to feel like they're a part of something. But when you just do it for the sake of doing it and shoehorning it in to fill in a, you know,
but you see, yeah, that's why I like Black Panther. It was the debate. It was the black debate of the black experience in America. Right, it was basically Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X, and it was from a very uniquely black perspective, and I think it was very authentic all the way through, and I really liked it. Right, I also thought the Black Panther. What's his name? He's dead now. Can't remember the name of the actor.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman, fantastic in the role. I really like this movie, but I think that was like the last gasp of there being watchable woke movies, right? That was probably the time you say goodbye.
A guy though that was dedicated to his craft. I mean, he was sick during the whole filming of that. You know, colon cancer is what he had.
Man. And he gave such a great performance as well. Also in Avengers, was it Avengers Endgame is when I climbed off the MCU. Right? I was like, yeah, I'm not. I didn't even end up. I saw Spider-Man Far From Home, but I'm like, I'm not buying that.
You know, I think we dropped off at pretty much the same point. I mean, that was sort of like the end of like that first big arc, that first end of an era of 10 years of cinematic history was the end of that Spider-Man movie.
It was great, nearly all the way up until the end. Nearly made it. So I heard a rumor that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special. So that would be awesome. I would really be up for that.
I'm worried for Chris Pratt.
Yeah, listen, his days are numbered. He's a white male in Hollywood who believes in God.
And they've already tried to attack him a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, in the comics, I'm not sure if this is true, but in the comics, they made his character gay. You know, so you know, what if they do that in the movie? You know, as a troll to Chris Pratt. You know,
I think Chris Pratt will say no.
Well, you know, I hope he's got the right to say no.
No, he's got a total right, because he can say, I'm not gay. It's like blackface.
And then you're in like breach of contract.
No, but you can say you can call it the morality clause, because again, you're not allowed to have like an Indian, like was it Hank Azaria had to stop playing Apu because he's not Indian. So you can't have a gay guy. So that is total out.
Yeah, you know, well, Hank Azaria did it on his own accord, though. He wasn't forced into it.
Yeah, because they're all idiots. Anyway, and the final one is we're seeing the Fantastic Four. I think they killed it by then. I think it's dead. I think it's over.
This should be the first Marvel movie coming out.
Yeah.
That's the last. Look. We went through the entire list of Marvel movies for the next 3 or 4 years, This is the real first major title that we're going to see from Marvel, right? The Marvel Cinematic Universe right now should be fucking Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men.
Exactly. But listen, I can understand them wanting to develop like the the new properties. The unnamed one. I can totally understand.
But that's all it is for the next 3 years. You know what I mean?
Listen, look, Hollywood's gone woke. What do you want? It's just the way it is. If they did a Fantastic Four, my recommendation will be based on the Ultimate Fantastic Four Bendis run, which is freaking awesome. Wonderful art, great story. Bendis started it, and then Mark Miller continued it, and it was really good.
Well, I'll tell you, they have beautiful covers from Greg Land on those books.
Oh, they do. Here, let me find one that's I'll find a sexy one. There you go. That one's sexy. Yeah, it's just opening up. Here it is. Let me just grab that picture. Oh, I hope this is a JPEG. There you go, or a ping. Can't stand this webbed thing, the web PD, whatever it is. This new format. Fantastic cover.
Yeah, and that's probably not even one of the best ones.
Yeah, I know.
Anything that Greg Land does with Susan Storm is fucking phenomenal. You know,
oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you completely. But yeah, this one was great. This will be a great basis for a Fantastic Four movie. You can have a younger cast, and it really worked. It was like a nice update on it, while staying I think very true to the characters.
No, I would agree with that 100%.
All right, let me pull up my thumbnail so I can see what I haven't covered yet. Most times I put stuff on my thumbnail just to remind me what to do.
Well, it's all good. You know, got an opinion on everything. What do you got next?
I've got to find out it. Do you know Doctor Who at all?
I know that I don't watch it.
Let me see. Well, so let me just check out this cover.
I'll tell you. You know, Doctor Who is one of those shows I always viewed as woke. I never understood the appeal of Doctor Who.
I'm such a Doctor Who fan. I'm such a crazy Doctor Who fan.
Well, no, I can tell because I can see the TARDIS behind you.
Oh, yeah. I was going to do the CIA story. Like the CIA story, I'm going to put in a video tomorrow. They had the wokest recruitment ad I've ever seen. It's like it's shameful. It's shamefully awful. So the cosplayer is called Megan Random. Freaking gorgeous. I am going to get in contact see if she'll come on the channel. The model in the Darth Vader top, I have no idea. That's from a costume from a costume catalog. She has anonymity, I would say.
Well, definitely beautiful looking women. If you're going to bring them on the show, at least I hope that they're not completely woke on you or something.
No, was it Cara Nicole on a couple of weeks ago? It was a freaking awesome guest, right?
Well, so Cara Nicole, I can speak about because I've had lots of interaction with her. She's a great woman. She does a lot of cosplay, especially for comic book campaigns that are on Kickstarter. That's where you're mainly going to see her.
Right. So I wanted to get a quote for her from it, but I royally pissed her off. Right, I really pissed her off about a week later. I do a Comicsgate show every Saturday night, and I normally have like a cosplay superhero on it, like a voluptuous woman. Suggestively say only Comicsgate can save us now. So I had her on that week, and she was like, "I didn't say that. You can't put words in my mouth." So in my, I agreed with her. I took the speech balloon off straight away. It's fine. In my head, it wasn't her saying it; it was the character.
So
but I understand.
I mean, listen. From what I know about Kara, Kara is deeply concerned about being canceled. I've heard her speak about it more than once, and when you start throwing around the Comicsgate label, especially with the crowd,
it's very inflammatory. I think. The Comicsgate UK is much more mild. There's no.
Sure. But in Kara's world, right, in that cosplay world, especially, again, in the Kickstarter world, she does a lot of covers for people. She even does her own book called Fire Bitch. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I had her on.
Right. And so, she doesn't want to be associated with CG. She just doesn't. Right. Like, I'll talk to anybody. I'm not CG, but I've had CGers on my show. I've been on their show, whatever. Right. But, in her world, that, the one wrong association, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just calling the way it is. Wrong
right.
association.
I did it straight away. I took that thumb down. I deleted my tweets. It's again. Listen, no, she was right. So listen, if you don't know Doctor Who, this is going to blow your mind. Okay,
blow my mind, man.
What was it? This is okay. This site is called Big Finish. Big Finish. Have you ever heard of Big Finish?
Never.
Okay, so Big Finish, they make radio plays, like audio stories. It's like a movie without without picture. They do Doctor Who, that was the main thing, but they also do other like British sci-fi stuff. Like, have you ever heard of let me think, Space 1999 or Blake 7?
Are all these British shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, if it's not Benny Hill, I never heard of it.
No, like Captain Scarlet, none of that.
Never.
So and listen, there's just so many of them, right? I'll show you the they got this good video trailer over here. 1 second. Here, let me play this.
Is that David Tennant?
That is David Tennant. But here,
I met him once. He was at a convention here in Canada. He was actually a really cool guy. The quick story is that that particular convention was overfilled for the day. They had sold too many tickets, and there was a long lineup of people on Saturday afternoon waiting outside the door to get in for hours. Okay, for hours. The fire marshal wouldn't let them in. David Tennant came outside, walked up and down that line, and shook everyone's hand and talked to them.
Yeah. He's a stand-up guy. Here, check out this ad, this trailer.
Eventually, every story ever told finishes in death if you tell it long enough.
Mark? Wait, Mark? Mark 7? Anomaly detected. The Daleks' greatest enemy has been located.
You can trust me. In fact, that's your only option. I'm the foremost temporal scientist of this era.
Don't thank me yet. I think we're coming down in the clearance zone. Among all those mechanoids. Brace yourselves!
I've always survived. I've always endured. However much I lose, I always carry on. To bear that burden. To remember them.
So, I haven't seen many episodes of what's that show? Community, right? Mm-hmm. I remember the episode where one guy shows the Professor Space-Time for the first time to the other guy, and it's just awful, right? It's just like this cheap, awful thing. You have the people walking, like these like fake robots, and the guy watches and goes, "It's the greatest thing I've ever seen." So that's how I imagine, what's going.
I'll tell you, the one episode I did see a Doctor Who had those robots in it, the Daleks. You know what I mean? The
Daleks, there you go. They are.
And I'm like, how in the hell do these things climb stairs?
It up until was it 1989? It was a mystery. In 1989, you saw one climb the stairs for the flew upstairs for the first time, but then they forgot about that because it was cancelled in 89. Was it? Yeah, it was cancelled. That was 88. It was cancelled in 89 and came back in 2005. And in 2005, they also had him going upstairs, but they pretended it was the first time, even though it wasn't. So there you go.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't try to give Doctor Who a chance. I did. I think for me though was like maybe I'm just spoiled. Like to me, I always looked at Doctor Who as like it seemed to be very low budget, and my mind just couldn't wrap my head around it. I just didn't like the low budget effects.
Yeah, I would say like the new series. I don't watch the Woman Doctor; she's freaking awful. But the Matt Smith era, good special effects. It's the most Americanized of it. But like a lot of people just don't like Doctor Who. It's cool. Yeah, we don't all have to like the same thing.
I remember Doctor Who back in the day when it used to be black and white with a guy with an afro. And it was on PBS. Like
an afro. Okay, well,
yeah.
Black and white. Those were you only saw them in black and white. They were actually in color.
It was in black and white at the time, and it was
there you go. That's the only way you got it. Fine, listen, it's coming up 10:15. I haven't eaten today. I'm hungry. It's time for me to have dinner. I haven't even plugged my comic today. I'll plug it on Thursday.
Listen. No, what I've been meaning to say this all show. I mean, I didn't know you had a comic until you mentioned it just a little while ago. What is your comic called?
Fine, I will plug the campaign.
Well, I'm leading into somewhere here with this.
Okay, one second. It's called the Rabbi from Another Planet's Comic Book Bonanza. It is not one, but two comics. One second.
Now, are you currently crowdfunding as we speak?
We are.
Okay, how far into the crowdfunding are you?
Oh, listen, I'm nearly ready to wrap it up so I can launch my next campaign. Okay,
will it be wrapped up by Sunday night?
No.
Then you should come on my show Sunday night.
I am excited to come on your show, sir. That's exactly what I would like.
Now, I run late. You're in Britain, so you know what I mean. Like I started.
Yeah, but when I'm on somebody else's channel, it's I'm like whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. Like so, you said you stream at what 10? You said.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, that's not so bad. It's like 5 a.m. for me.
No, it's a 4-hour difference from me and you. So it'd be like
no, it's 7 hours.
No, it's 4 hours. If you're in England, it's 4 hours.
No, it's 5 hours right now, but it's I'm in Israel.
Oh right, you're in Israel, so it'll be early morning for you then. You know what I mean? Like,
no, 5 a.m. is easier to do than 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd be getting up and starting your day. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to, look at this, you're doing well. I mean, I don't know what that number is in American dollars, but
No, this is old. I've got another like 15, 20 backers now. It's just a JPEG because I figure people just like they want to look and give a rough impression of they're in the right place. So anyway, 2 books, two awesome books. We have Biblical. Bible source of atheists, creationists, rationalists, and rogues. It is a 220-page volume. It is 180 pages of story. It is a stonking great, like early Vertigo-esque book about time, space, reality, and forgiveness. That's how I would describe it. It is a weird and interesting read. It's very, very biblically accurate, but there's no polemics whatsoever. It's just representing a story, which I think is kind of cool. Second book is The Imperium. It's a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s, which I just adore. So this is 105 pages long. It is what was I going to say? It's essentially Patrick Troughton's Doctor Who, Emmett Till, James Bond, a monkey in a spacesuit, and the Black Slab from 2001. All together in one incredible supergroup. There is a little cameo of the prisoner in it, plus lots of toilet roll. Now, you may ask yourself, what happens if you get both books, right? What happens? I'll tell you something what happens. Something magical, something wonderful. You also get a bunch of extras for the male gaze. For the male gaze, we have 6 cards based on my 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies. 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies. Damn. You'll know they are all genre related. That's the way I roll, baby. So the first one is James Bondy one. Keeping the British end up. Have you ever seen The Spy Who Loved Me?
Have I ever seen the what now?
The Spy Who Loved Me.
No.
By the way, PD Rich, thank you for reminding me. I have to get the partial refunds for the anybody from Australia and Canada who bought before I had the local shipping. It's basically Canadians. There's about 12 Canadians. Okay, and I will be in contact with you at some point when I'm getting close to the shipping. But anyway, we have Keeping the British End Up, a wonderful last line of the James Bond movie when he was explaining to M, his boss, why he was in bed with Agent XXX. He said, "I'm just trying to keep the British end up, sir."
Hey, look.
Second card.
A man's got needs, brother. That's all there is.
A man's got needs. A man's got needs. Also in the vacuum of space, a man has needs, especially in the space year 1999. Yeah, you never heard of Space 1999?
No.
So it was like this, but not as good. This is much better. Right, this is Space 1999. However, the woman in question, computer scientist Sandra Baines, isn't wearing any clothes, which isn't wearing much clothes, which I think is an improvement, a great improvement. I think she can probably move easier, lets her skin breathe. I think it's good for her. I think she feels emancipated, not quite as emancipated as Judge Anderson. Have you ever read Judge Dredd?
Well, listen, I have read Judge Dredd. You know, I have some old 2000 ADs up in the closet. Judge Anderson is probably my favorite character from the series. I enjoyed the Dredd movie with Carl Urban. I thought it was great. Sylvester Stallone, was okay for his time. I am the law. But
I like the ABC warrior in that. We see Judge Anderson as is in it's a cold morning, but she's able to withstand the bitter temperatures outside Mega City 1. I think it's So anyway, but my personal favorite card I call No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. That is a companion from Doctor Who from the 1980s.
Let me ask you a question. Who's doing all the art for this? You?
No, I did the art on one book. This is Dominic Rancho. He did the art for the for Imperium and the art cards. I did here. This one up here is mine.
Okay.
And that's Dominic.
Damn. Okay.
Let's
see the Slave Leia. Do we got Slave Leia?
Oh, that we build up to. Wait.
I'm trying to jump ahead. It's like me, the fourth brother.
Slave Leia is freaking awesome. Okay, the Slave Leia is unbelievably awesome. But I just got to talk about No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. This is Nicola Bryant, a companion in the 80s. Wonderful companion. This is actually a screen accurate costume she wore. When she wasn't wearing this, a lot of times she wore very tight spandex and short shorts. And she came onto screen in that fashion, exactly as my puberty exploded.
I love short shorts. I love short shorts.
Well, here, one second. It's I'll show you her action figure. I'm not even joking. Okay, it's her action figure. This is a reasonable interpretation of her. But getting in better, we have Star Trekky one. I'm sensing strong emotions, Captain. I am sensing strong emotions, Captain, and so you should. You're generating them, Councillor Troy.
Well, she likes to crossbreed. She likes to get it on with Klingons.
She does. She does. Listen, I got the feeling she likes to just get it on. Okay.
I think that's probably her. Her thing. Yeah.
That's certainly my my impression. It was with Wolf. It was with Riker. I remember one episode they were taken over by somebody. I can't remember, and she was like shagging as well. I was like, okay, this is definitely an alien invasion that I enjoy, right? They can argue about there. And finally, we have there's going to be one more. The Force is female. The Force is female.
I'll tell you, Marvel and Disney themselves are trying to get as far away from Slave Leia as they possibly can.
I know.
Sexualization of women and all that, right? Anytime I go to a con and I have a blank Star Wars cover, and I've had a few of them, I always get Slave Leia on it every time.
You're a man of taste and discernment. I like the jabber. Is like, but
he's like the biggest perv of Star Wars, right?
Oh yes, I like. But Slave Leia looks much more happy here. I don't have to worry about the rebellion anymore. Life is so much easier.
I just get licked by big fat slugs,
I maybe that turns her on. Maybe this is her secret fetish. You know what? You can't. I'm not here to judge anyone. That's not my place. So there you go. Right. That's the Forces female. If we hit $8,000, I think we will. Everyone's going to get this poster. It's an A2 poster. This is Doctor Who. This is also Doctor Who. This is also Doctor Who. And this is sort of also Doctor Who. There's lots of different.
See, that guy's got an afro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. It's this guy.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Tom Baker.
That's the dude I remember.
I knew it was. There you go. And this is him when he's old.
Damn, he's aged.
Yeah, but that's happens to the best of us. So anyway,
I hear you, brother.
I'm sorry.
I said I hear you there. I'm 46. I'm not getting any younger.
Oh yes, I'm going to be 50 this year, mate. This is it. I'm the big 50.
Damn.
Fine, it is 5 to 10. I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner.
Go eat, my friend. Go eat.
Let me go. Thank everybody. Let me thank you all for coming. I hope you have a good evening. I hope there's something else on YouTube. It's been a good evening on YouTube so far. I'm sure there'll be something. I think Noel's probably on later tonight. Hopefully that'll be always fun.
Well, Sunday night, come on by.
I'm totally up for it.
You know, and you know, we'll shill one more time. And back Niobe, and thank you, Rabbi, for you know allowing me to come on and speak with you and your audience for a little bit.
Happy to have you.
Right on, brother.
Right, I'm hitting the end broadcast button.